can't turn, okay. Hi guys, welcome today to our ultimate couch potato workout. Strengthening and toning your legs and your glutes. I have Tyler Green here with me today. So for those of you who have been sitting at home this whole week, or 2 weeks for some of you, this is the perfect workout for you because we're going to start sitting, which is probably where you already are. So all I'm going to encourage you to do is muster up enough energy just to scoot to the edge of whatever seat you're on. If you're in your bed, you can scoot to the edge of your bed. Just make sure you have a little bit of space to the side of you and a little bit of space in front of you. That's all you need. Otherwise, we're going to just start seated. So you're going to sit to the edge of your chair or couch or wherever, and you're going to start by sitting up as tall as you can. Like I have been saying on my other videos, we want to watch our alignment. So we want to sit on top of our sit bones, not forward and not slouching, but start sitting up tall. Our rib cage is going to be lined up over our pelvis. Our shoulders are lined up over our ribs, and then our head is just centered and balanced. So we're going to start just to help you learn how to get up off the couch again since you've been sitting around for so long. At this point, get you motivated, get your body moving, the blood flowing. We're going to start with calf raises. So when we're sitting, we're going to just simply lift our heels up, and then you're going to lower them down. Now, how do you make this a little bit harder or a little bit more intentional is by focusing on your belly button. And you think, pull the belly button in towards your back, and that will help to tighten your abs. So yes, you can work your abs while you're sitting. And if you haven't seen my video that I posted yesterday, that was your ultimate couch potato workout, flatten your abs, go ahead and I encourage you to watch it. I have also uploaded them onto YouTube under Cindy Byer, B-Y-E-R, on Pilates massage. If you just Google that under YouTube or YouTube search it, you'll find it. So I encourage you to subscribe and to like that video and subscribe to my subscription, and you'll get all these videos plus more in the coming weeks. Good, 2 more here, just lifting your calves up and down. Very nice. You'll start to notice, go ahead and rest here. You'll start to notice it's hard to stay sitting up tall. Why? Because we're slouchers, right? I'm a sloucher. If you're a sloucher, give me a thumbs up or a heart, whatever you want to do. Or you can just pretend that you don't slouch, and we all know that that's not necessarily true. So from here, we're going to work on trying to activate into the quads a little bit. So from here, still sitting up tall, you're going to just lift one leg out and then straighten the leg and then bend the knee. But you want to create your own resistance here. We don't have weights, so we're going to create our own resistance by bending and straightening that leg. Maybe 2 more. Don't worry, we're going to get you up. For those of you who are itching to get up off the couch, we're going to get you up in just a minute. 1 more here. Place that foot down. Other leg lifts up. Everything is intentional, so I'm intentionally trying to straighten that leg. I'm not just kicking it out. I'm resisting the length, but then I'm using the muscle, my quadricep, my kneecap to pull up my hip. It's pulling from my knee up to my hip to get that leg to straighten. Maybe about 2 more here. Very nice. I'm just waking your legs up. Place that foot down. Now, because our hips have not been mobile very much in the last 1 to 2, maybe 3 weeks, we're going to mobilize them before we rise up, and we're going to lift our leg up, and all we're going to do is an abduction, abduction. We're going to pull that leg out to the side with a slight rotation of the hip, and then bring it back in. Again, focusing on sitting up tall. Doesn't matter how wide you bring that leg. Just bring it right before you feel a pull into your inner thighs. But be mindful of this leg. The other leg is not moving. So if, as you move that leg, this leg starts to fall to the side, which happens on most people, really focus on keeping that leg still. 1 more on this hip. Very good. And place that foot down. Other foot lifts up. And we're going to mobilize it by turning it out to the side and bringing it in. Again, focused on that alignment, shoulders, ribs, hips. Keeping that opposite leg still, even when you're moving the leg that's up. Turning it out and coming in, place that foot down. You can take a breath and just breathe for a minute. Now we're going to just start a little bit of standing. We're not going to stand all the way. This is going to be where the challenge comes in. So you want to make sure you're sitting at the edge of your seat. feet are planted on the floor. We're going to start to rise up. So there's many people that when they go to stand up, have to shift their weight into their hands to kind of help push themselves up like this. If that's you, give me a thumbs up. I know that sometimes it's difficult to get up off the seat. And in future videos, I'm going to teach you just how to do that. For right now, all I'm going to do is help walk you through the best I can on how to help you rise up off that seat. If you need to use your hands, go ahead and do so. But try your best to come up with nice alignment as opposed to shifting from side to side or shifting too far forward. There will be a slight forward lift. Why? Because I have to shift my weight from my bottom to my feet for me to get up. So from here, all you're going to do is shift your weight forward. It's like scooting forward. And then I'm going to sit back. That's it. I'm going to scoot forward, just rising up off of the chair. Now you can't quite see me, so I'm going to turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm literally just scooting forward and coming back. Just scooting forward and coming back. Do about 2 more of those, because that's the initial portion of the rise. And coming back. The whole time, I want to imagine going up as opposed to going forward. It's just a little bit of shift. Now, come forward and scoot. Your hands can be right here. We can do so much from it, but today is not the day to do our arms. For those of you who know exercise, you can see exactly what you could do from this position. So scoot forward and hold that position. Then let your hands go. And then come back down. So your bottom is lifted. So I'll show it to you from the side again. So I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit. And then I'm going to let my hands go. Notice from my knees are not locked over my ankle. They're slightly forward. They are towards my toes because the femur length has to go somewhere. And I don't want to be here to try to keep my knees over my ankles. And I know that's counter to what people have told you. And in other videos, future videos, I promise I'll explain to you why this is a much more efficient and appropriate alignment for your body. For right now, shift forward. Go ahead and shift forward, Tyler. Good. And you're going to go hold here. So bring your upper body up. Arms are going to be right here. Now from there, you're going to just lift a little bit, lower a little bit. Lift a little bit, and lower. So lift and lower. One more up, down, and then you're going to stand all the way up. Look, I got you out of your chair and off the couch. Go ahead and sit again. Next one, what we have to do to stand up is we have to get used to standing with one leg. So we're going to do the same move that we did. We're just going to shift forward and hold that position. Hands come up, and then all you're going to do from there is lift one heel, just one heel. Then drop that heel down. Lift the other heel. Now you'll notice when you're looking at me that there's no weight shift from left to right on me. On Tyler, you'll see that he shifts a little bit from side to side. That's because he, like you, is just learning how to do this. And that's normal. How do I find my balance? I cinch everything into the center of my body. Adductors are working, inner thighs, my abdominals are working. One more on either leg. And then go ahead and sit. Remember, at the beginning of this workout, I said it's going to be couch potato workout, working your legs and working your glutes. So by now, you'll feel your quads working. All right, let's go back to our stand. So we're going to shift forward here. Arms are going to be here. And now I'm going to rise all the way up. Then I'm going to act like I'm sitting, but not all the way down. My arms go forward. Then I'm going to rise, straightening those legs like we did when we were sitting. And go back down. Lift. And go back down. One more here. Up. And go back down. Come up and stay right here. Now that you're off the couch and out of the chair, we can continue. What we're going to do is go back to our calf raises that we did while we were sitting. So what you're going to do from here is you're going to lift your heels up. And then you're going to lower down. And you're going to lift your heels up. Now if you wobble a little bit, that's okay. We're not focusing on the strength of the ankle. We're focusing on the strength of the core, which is where our balance comes from. It comes from our inner thighs pulling towards each other, creating this zipper effect all the way up into our abdomen as we're going up and down. Try 2 more here. And then down, and 1, and then down. Very nice. Go ahead and rest. I'm just going to move my chair back just a little bit so I can stay on the screen. Tyler's going to take a break by sitting. That's perfectly okay as long as you can muster up the energy again to stand back up. Okay, so now from here, what you're going to do is we're just going to add into that calf raise. And we're just going to simply lift our legs up and step forward. And then lift and go back and down. Lift, same foot, goes forward and down. Lift and go back and down. One more on this leg. Lift to go forward. What I'm doing is getting your body used to walking again. Other side, right? Because if we've been sitting around on the couch for a long period of time, it's hard to get moving. It's hard to get motivated, and it's hard to get our body moving again. One more. Step forward and down. Step back and down. And take a break right there. Awesome job. You guys hanging in there with me? Thank you so very much. What we're going to do from here is we're now going to step sideways. So some people would like to say it's a sideways lunge. You can call it that. I'm just going to call it simply stepping sideways. Why? Because a lot of you might not be workout. A lot of you might be workout people. But if you're not a workout person and you're not someone that goes to the gym regularly, this is a perfect workout for you. I'm not going to call it a specialized name like side lunge. I'm going to give it a name that you can relate to, which is step sideways. Most people understand the word. If I have to step sideways, what way am I going to go? To the side. What we're going to do is we're going to step sideways and bend that knee. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to just step to the side and just let that knee bend slightly. And then come back to the center. Step to the side. Now what you'll notice, you have a couple of options. You can step to the side in a small amount. Your hip will naturally start to turn out. That's okay. Now if you step further out, you'll need your hip to widen further, right? It has to rotate out a little bit more to get a larger step. You have the ability to make it small or to make it big. Either one is fine. Do one more here. Good. Now step to the side like you did. Hold there. Now you're going to take this leg and bring it together to the other leg. Right. You're going to step back this way and we're going to step to the side on that side and come back. What I'm not doing is as I'm stepping, I'm not shifting all my weight into that foot. I'm keeping balance on this leg here. So the leg that's still is in control of the move. So it's literally just a step and a tap. I'm not pulling all my weight in to that leg. It might look like I am, but my weight and power and balance is all coming from here. When I want to shift back, I'm going to grab at that glute and push myself back. Try one more on this side, and then rest there. Step back to the side here, and step together. We're going to go and do 4 more on each side, alternating one side to the next. And every time we come back to the center, we're going to really focus on pushing off to come back to the center. So let's go ahead and step to the side here to wherever you go. Now, you're going to grab through this glute and this glute, both sides. You can do it with your hands if you want, to push yourself off and together. Go to the other side. Step and pull from here and pull from here. Power yourself back. Step over to this side. Again, I'm not landing hard. I'm just tapping down. Then I'm going to pull to go back. So constantly think you always want to bring everything back to the center, back to where you're standing. Because when we're moving, we always want to stay standing. Go back to this side here. We don't want to go down. This side here, we want to stay up. One more over here. And I think that's 3 sets, right? We have one more. Tyler will probably tell you that my counting is off. That's okay. My instruction is dead on. Anyway, stop here. Very nice. You can take a break if you want for just a second. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift my chair out of the way so I have some room to step behind me. If you're in front of your couch or something, just move forward a little bit or move to the side so you have a little bit of space behind you so you don't get tripped up by what you were just sitting on. We no longer need that, so we're going to shift it out of the way so that I have some space. If you need to, all you can do, if you can't shift your furniture like I just did, you can just turn to the side and still watch what I'm doing or have the phone here. You just change your space. All right, now we're going to go back to an exercise we did a couple of days ago, which was a backward lunge. So we're gonna step back here, right, and come forward. So I haven't really bent this knee a lot. I'm just literally stepping back, but I'm not shifting all of my weight to the back leg. So I'm gonna stand sideways so you can see what I'm doing real quick. I'm literally just going there. It's like I'm stepping down off of the stair, going backwards, right? If you want to, you can be fun and creative with the arms. Right now, I'm just keeping them down so I don't confuse you. I want you to really focus on the legs. But there's no reason you can't balance with the arms going here as I start to topple. When I turn my head too much, I can fall very easily. One more on that same leg. Very good. Switch to the other leg. Again, it's just a simple step back and I come in. So I'm just stepping back, but my weight, again, is not going into this back leg. It's staying on this front leg. And I'm just shifting myself backwards. Very good. Do 2 more on that leg. Back and up. Last one here. And up. Take a break. You guys ready to really work your glutes or your buns? That's an area where people are like, oh, I want to work that. I want the buns of steel. I really want to get that nice lift of the glutes. How do I work them the best? There's lots and lots of different ways to do that. What I'm about to show you is what I have found the #1 way to activate those glutes and get the most out of future glute work moves that you can do. It doesn't mean this is the only glute exercise you can do or the only one that will benefit you. All I'm saying is that this is the #1 way to get the glutes active so that all other glute exercises you do will be kick butt, pun intended on that. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go back to that backward lunge. I'm gonna turn to the side. Ty, why don't you turn to the side as well? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna step back just like we did. And we're gonna take our leg, and I'm gonna take my leg that's furthest away from the camera and step backwards it, just like I did right here. My front knee will bend slightly. But what I'm gonna do as I bend my front knee is I'm gonna bow slightly forward as I do it, right? So I'm gonna put my hands here just so you can see where I am. You see how I'm bowed? Then I'm gonna just kind of stand up slightly. I wanna straighten this leg a little bit. So I'm going to go here. So I'm doing a bow with a knee bend. In fitness world, or an anatomical world, you'll say you're doing a hip flexion followed by a knee flexion. But not to overwhelm you, we're just gonna refer to it as a bow and a bend, because that's much more simplistic speak. We understand that, right? As I tell my brother, it's like the lowest common denominator. If he's watching, he's a math teacher. God bless him. He teaches 7th and 8th grade math up in New York. So I use a lot of math terms when I'm describing things. One more here. Good, step forward. You're like, wait, I haven't felt my glutes active that much yet. You're right, we're building up to that. So I'm building that anticipation. I'm getting those movements step by step to that point where you're like, oh my gosh, I've never felt my glute like that before. All right, other leg. So the leg that's not the one you were doing before is going to step back. So I'm going to step back, and then I'm going to do that bow and that bend, right? And then I'm going to step forward. And it's not like I'm bowing really far forward. I'm just stepping back, and I'm bowing. I'm just doing a little bit more flexion at the hip. And then forward. We've got about 5 more to try to make it even, right? There's about 4. Hopefully, those of you who've done workouts with me before already know and anticipate what's about to happen, and they already know. For those of you who don't, you're going to be nice and surprised by the lift and the connection that you have with your glutes. All right, I'm going to go back to the other leg. So this time, which leg was I just doing?
This one.
That was forward or back?
We went back.
Okay, I can't remember sometimes. So this time, this leg is going to go back. So thank you. I'm going to take that leg, and I'm going to do the same thing I just did, which is bow and bend and step. So now that I'm there, I'm now going to really focus my attention in on how to get this glute to kick on. What I'm after is this right here. And a lot of times people think squeeze the glutes. That's not what we we need? What we need is to activate right here on the glute, which is right under the panty line. So what I want you to do is feel like you're taking your knee and your hip and pushing it back. But not putting the weight into this leg, not putting it into the other leg. All you're doing is feeling like you're pulling back. It might make you bow forward slightly more. But in staying right there, you should feel the glute connecting right here. If you feel it connecting, give me a thumbs up or a heart or something like that. All we need is that connection. And just by staying right here in this position, I'm activating that glute. My arm position can change. I can go here, I can go here. I can do anything I want with my arms, but my body's not gonna wobble because now I'm really stabilized through this glute. But you're gonna stay there for just a moment longer. And all you're gonna do from here is shift the weight slightly forward and see if you can lift that back leg. Sometimes putting the arms forward can help. Bring that foot down and stand up. You'll feel your glute. When you lift that leg, you'll then feel your quad. Let's go to the other leg. So I'm gonna step back with my front leg. I'm gonna do my bow and my bend forward. Then I'm gonna take my femur or my leg and feel like I'm shifting my weight back. What I'm doing is pulling back into the glute, saying, this is where I wanna balance from. Hold there. Keep that balance point. Hold that position. You can change the position of your arms. Once you feel that glute engagement, give me that thumbs up so I know, or a heart if you love feeling those glutes. I love feeling glutes. Then stay there just a moment longer. Bring the arms forward. Shift your weight into more of a bow, but the weight is not on the back leg anymore. I need to lift it slightly. Hold for a balance, but as you balance, think, pull the weight back into the glute. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, and stand. Take a break. We're gonna add into that. I just need a little bit of water. You guys doing okay there? I'm glad you're with me today. You hanging in there?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. We're gonna do this glutes just a little bit longer. So we're gonna step back again with this leg here. That's the one I finished on, right? So we're gonna bow forward. See, I need him here to keep me on track, to keep my numbers on so I can count properly and I can remember which leg I started with in what direction, because I can't stay connected with that all the time. So you're gonna step back again. Step back in your bow and your bend. Connect into that glute by shifting the weight back. Then lift that back leg up for that balance position and bring the arms here. Very good. If your leg is wobbling, that's okay, as long as you don't fall. If you feel like you're gonna fall, just tap the foot down or change the position of your hands. Now from here, all you're gonna do is bend your back knee and bring it forward to the other knee and just reach it back and tap the toe. Then bring it forward, reach it back to tap the toe. Again, the effort is coming from this glute here, right? You should feel the power in that front hip. You're still in that bow, the knee is bent. Sometimes that knee wants to straighten that you're standing on. Try not to let it. One more. Come back and stand up and rest. You should be feeling that if you haven't already. By now, you should be. I know I am, and I love doing these. I do these a lot. Other leg goes back. So I'm going to do my bow forward. Slight bow, step back, bend that knee. Shift the weight into that glute. So you'll notice it shifts my weight back. Instead of putting all my weight forward into my toes, I don't want to be here. I'm going to be here, and what I'm doing is I'm supporting all the weight up into the glutes. Then I'm going to balance, arms forward. Lift that back leg up. Find your balance point. Now, from there, you're going to pull the knee in. And then bring it back. You can tap it down in between. Pull it in. Tap it down. Pull it in. And tap it. It is okay for you to hold on to something. So if the couch or a chair is nearby to you, you can put your hand down and hold on to it. One more. Tap it down and stand up and rest. Shake out those legs. Glutes, those are awesome. We're gonna do one more thing, one more part of that whole movement. And we're gonna do maybe 4, so keep me on track. Okay. 4 on each leg on this one. So we're gonna step back like we did before. Step back, bow forward, bend that knee, shift the weight into that glute. Lift your back leg up. And now, as I pull that knee forward, I'm actually gonna straighten So I'm going to pull that in, stand up, straighten that leg. Bow, bend, tap the foot. 2 more. Pull in, rise, bow and bend and tap. Last one, pull in and rise, bow, bend and tap, and then step forward. We got one more set of 4 on the other side of that same move we just did. Keep in mind, each move that I'm doing, you can see I'm doing it progressively. So I'm adding on. You don't have to do the level that I'm at. You can stay at the level we were just at, or the one before it if that feels most comfortable to you. Let's go. Let's get this over with. We're going to bow and bend and step back. Again, shift that weight into that back glute, that glute here. Balance yourself. Balance by lifting that leg. Once you feel comfortable, you pull that leg in, straightening that standing leg. Then you bow and you bend and step back. It is okay if your foot has to fall down in the process. Just continue where you are to really keep grabbing in to the glute as you go. You bow and you bend. 2 more. Lift, I think, right? Okay, good. 1 more here. Pull up. Don't forget the bow and bend to finish strong there. Step together and stand right there. If you're like me right now, I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm also a little bit sweaty. It's amazing how just simple moves like that can really increase your heart rate and increase the muscle tone on your body. And it feels a little bit silly that it should be that hard, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is that hard to do. It's not just because you've been sitting around the couch. I've been teaching for a long time, and it's still hard for me to do. We're going to finish by doing a spine stretch forward. So again, I'm going to stand to the side. We've done this one in different videos, but if this is your first video, I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to start, drop your chin towards your chest, roll yourself down, just to dangle forward. Feel wherever you go. Then you're going to roll yourself back up, and this time let the arms lift up towards the ceiling and let the chest open out. Then bring the arms forward, chin towards your chest, roll yourself down. Doesn't matter how far down you go. If you have to bend your knees, go ahead and do so. That's okay. Roll yourself up, arms will lift, open them and open the chest by pushing the sternum forward. 1 more, roll down, and then roll yourself back up, and then open the chest up, and bring the arms back together. Guys, thank you so very, very much for joining me today on our ultimate couch potato workout, how to strengthen and tone your legs and your glutes. Feel free to share this video with your friends. In a little bit, I'm going to be posting it and uploading it onto YouTube. So I would love it if you would head over to YouTube, find the video, share it from there, subscribe to my videos, because like I said, in the coming weeks, there's going to be smaller video clips, 5 to 10 minutes at max, some maybe 2 or 3, of how-tos that you're going to be really excited to find out, where I break down little exercises, movements, or if you have a specific pain in a specific area on your body and would like to say, hey, look, Cindy, I have a lot of sciatic pain. Give me a couple movements that I can do to help relieve that. I'll do those on that too. So send me a message or put it in the comments below and I'll add it to my whole long list of things that I'm going to be videoing. Until then, take care and we'll see you soon.
Bye.